You're such an asshole.
This guy wrote in. Isaac says, "Hey asshole, how much for a Clary?" Oh no, that's not it. Where'd it go? There we go. Wrong email. David writes, at the end of our super chats video talk, you talk about buying tickets and apps. Price for you to do a video on the subject. Also had an indecent at the Hy-Vee gas station. Awful just got awful. All right, good. All right, cool. So you want me to tell you about the economic efficiency loss of the day that I had to deal buying the Cowboy Bebop tribute band concert tickets. So the GF texts me. She says, "Hey, look at this." And coming to the House of Blues in Las Vegas is the Cowboy Bebop Bounty Band. And if you didn't know anything about Cowboy Bebop, it's an anime. It's the best anime of all time. That's not an opinion. It is the best. But also associated with it was some amazing jazz music and some quirky music as well. It wasn't all jazz, but it was predominantly jazz. It was good. It was good. It was new. It was unique. And so I'm like, oh, there's a cover band doing Cowboy Bebop. And I'm like, all right, I don't like concerts. Can listen to it in my headphones better, fraction of the cost, no other people. This I might go to see. Jazz, like I'll sit at a jazz club. I'll go and listen to jazz. And the last time I went to a concert, now that I think about it, was just north of there at the Smith Music Institution or something. It was jazz in Vegas. That was almost 8 years ago, maybe 10. GF wasn't in town. She was visiting family. I said, all right, I'm going to get a concert. I'm going to go to the concert. So I'm going to put on a showered, shaved, look presentable. I said, oh, is there a dress code at House of Blues? Says, yeah, there is. And then I get there and no one's following it. No, it was cool because everyone there was a freaking nerd. There were no good looking people. All they got their Cowboy Bebop t-shirts. Some people dressed up. This one guy, dude, they should have casted him as Spike Spiegel in the live action. Tall, lengthy guy with an authentic mop of hair. And I'm looking at him. I'm like, now you can't gain any weight. He's a younger guy. So you can't gain any weight. Otherwise, you can never play Spike Spiegel again. He's like, yeah, I know. So no one followed that, but I did. So I dressed up pretty nicely. And okay, I gotta get the tickets. And I knew that this was gonna be a process. This is gonna be a pain in the ass. Because in my day, what you would do, you'd buy tickets, right? They could be mailed to you, or more modernly, you would print them off, kind of like an airplane does nowadays. You print it off, or you get it on your phone, very modernly. And I knew I was going to have to do some phone bullshit. It wasn't as simple. Just call them up. We used to have lists, right? You'd show up. There'd be the guy. My name's Aaron Clary. Show my ID. Yes, sir. And maybe you give them cash and pay. You pay with a credit card. Or you would pay it in advance, and you were let in. All right. That's how simple it was. And whereas I knew there was going to be some form of app, bad enough that not only for my impatient ass, I think for normal people, you'd be like, no, this is too much. Now, obviously, there was a line out. It was sold out. So people didn't mind going through this pain assery. But admittedly, also, everyone there was significantly younger. We're talking 20s and 30s. I was on the older end. And maybe you young people don't realize just how much your life is wasted. But this process to get the tickets, I'm never going to a concert again. If it requires me get an app, I'm not going to a concert again. Admittedly, not a big concert going guy, but I'm not going to a concert again. Go click on the link, House of Blues. All the listing performances. There's Cowboy Bebop. I click on Cowboy Bebop. Takes me to Live Nation. Okay, I'm like, here's their site. They've outsourced the payment processing to this site. Would you like to attend the Cowboy Bebop thing? Yes, I would. Download our app. Here we go. Here we go again. I download the app. And not too bad. I have to enter credit card information and all that. But the one thing that pisses me off, you can't check out as a guest. You have to get the app. Now I got to set up a username and password. What do they require as a username? Your email. Why? So they can harass you for the rest of your life. But I really want to see Cowboy Bebop, right? I'm going to do myself a nice thing. I'm going to Cappy's going to get a treat. Going to get a treat. Treat myself to a night, the occasional luxury, which is a subchapter within my latest book, Zero World Problems, link below. I'm gonna get myself a treat, damn it. And I'm like, all right, I'll just unsubscribe and block. I'll throw them into spam. I'll get them on the bad email list. So it goes through that. And then I'm like, all right, what I'm going to do is what I do. Says you purchased. All right, I got my ticket. Access your ticket there. I click on the access the ticket. And all it does is it says row, seat, and a little map showing me where my spot is. It's up in the balcony like a snooty fuck. I didn't buy it that way. That was one of the few ones that was available. So that's why I went up in there. It was like Cowboy Bebop, where Faye's brought up to meet Jakai, is it? Not Jakai. Ginray, and then she meets Vicious. It was like that. I was in that area. It was very reminiscent. I'm looking at it. I'm like, doesn't look like a ticket. And it says there's a big space down there where presumably the ticket would be, you know? I thought it'd be like an airline. You got to go on the app or whatever, and then you buy it and you hit the thing and download your ticket. And there it is. There's a UPC code or a barcode. And just so you know, I don't know if my phone's going to conk out at that moment in time. So I always take a screenshot and print it off and have a physical paper copy with me. Because the world is always trying to fuck you in the ass. Not today, world. So I'm looking, I'm like, well, where do I get the code? And where the code presumably should be says, click here to get ticket. So I click there to get ticket. It says, you need to download the Ticketmaster app to get your ticket. I don't know anything about the ticket sale industry, but whether it is management at the House of Blues, the people at Live Nation, or the men and women at Ticketmaster, I got to ask, what the fuck? What the fuck, man? Why do I have to download 2 apps to get my ticket? I understand if it's all on an app, there's no accounting, right? You don't have to do cash. It's just like the airport. You show your thing, you get on, right? That's what I was thinking. I was willing to say, okay, I'm going to have to download an app. I will have to suffer username and password. I will have to suffer. And oh, by the way, I use like a different username and password because I'm like, geez, I wonder if they're going to get hacked. I don't use it frequently. They're going, your password's expired because it's been 43 seconds. You know, like all that bullshit. It's like fake username. I had to use my email because I had to get the notification. I took precautionary measure, but there's a curveball, guys. There's a curveball. Hey, let's make it. You got to download 2 apps. Is my data really that important that you got to sell it to Ticketmaster too? Is that what it is? This is Cowboy Bebop. I want a treat, damn it. A treat. I deserve a treat. So I download Ticketmaster. Username, password, so we can harass you for the rest of your days. Look, flippity flop and the flea flabba flabs. Where they sing that song, Bitch in the Hose, like every other rap group ever did. And then there's the country guy, Billy Bing, 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 Bong, singing Who Dang Diggly Do, I Had Sex with My Cousin, like all the other country songs. You want to see them? So, Ticketmaster. And it's this weird, you go through I get the email, right? This is the process. You guys ready for the process? We're not done. Oh, we're not done with the steps yet. I go to the email I get from Live Nation in my email. I click on that link, right? Thinking it'll populate it. Takes me to the Live Nation app. I downloaded Ticketmaster. I'm thinking the ticket's going to show up. I hit the thing. It's still the empty thing. Go to Ticketmaster. Click on the thing. It opens up the Ticketmaster app. Ticketmaster, same thing. Big old space where there should be a ticket. It says, in order to get your ticket, you need to download Google Wallet. Shink, shink. Dang, 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 dang. I don't know why CEOs are just getting gunned down in the streets. I have no idea. And let me explain. Let me explain to the powers that be in what is now a 3-company chain. Well, 4 if you include the House of Blues. So you got House of Blues, we got Live Nation, we got Ticketmaster. Now Google Wallet is looped into this thing. All of you right now, who's ever in charge, I'm not kidding. I would love to meet you in a dark alley and do things to you. Not end you, not that, but and not put you in the hospital, but like a bruise, a busted leg. Where you're like, oh man, ow, oh shit, we shouldn't do it. You don't learn. No one is learning, and it's because everyone thinks positive reinforcement. We just hold hands and sing kumbaya, and we all do the right thing. No, there needs to be pain and suffering. And I wish to introduce, how does this sound for a politically correct way? I wish to introduce into your life some pain and suffering. So you're like, oh, because you're too far removed from the people. You need to face the people, I think. Like one of them rituals where everyone's got a cane and you got to walk down like a samurai, um, what do they call it? A ritual where you're beaten with the cane by each of your brothers and then you come out stronger at the end. I think we need something like that because I want my hour and a half back of all this computer programming and app programming I shouldn't have had to do. And so I download the Google Wallet. I'm thinking like, okay, so the House of Blues is going to, it ended up being $65 with the fees. It was 45, but fees. Oh, ha, ha, we hid the fees. Ha, ha, ha. Ha. I'm like, if this doesn't work and I don't get in, I'm going to go order a meal at House of Blues. And when it's served, I'm going to walk away from it and not pay for it. I will get economic justice. And I am that close. I am that close to starting to like retributively get back at companies if they screw me over. I'm not talking thousands or hundreds of dollars, but this ticket and my time, I would argue even as an economist, that's $120 worth of my time and money. I'm going to go order $120 worth of drinks and I'm going to walk away and make you throw it all out. And then if you want to know why, you can hire me at assholeconsulting.com. I'll say it's this word called enshittification. Wallet. Open up Google Wallet. Enter your username and password. Fuck. What's my Google account? I look it up. I find, aha, here it is. Your really, hour and a half, 2 hours of work just to access a ticket. They take your money. They make it real easy to take your money. It is pulling teeth to get your goddamn ticket. So I finally get the scan code thing. Screenshot it, print it off. I even brought an extra charger with my phone in case the phone went dead so I'd have it, right? The world, it's always got its strap on, man. It's always got its strap on. I mean, there's Boy Scouts and then there's me. And I never went to the Boy Scouts, but I'm better prepared than the Boy Scouts because I know the real world. So I get there. It works. I get in. The show was fun. I wouldn't say it was great. It was good. It was fun. They did some clever things. The music was, I'd say, very average. It was, I thought it would be like some tight, top-notch band. And I'm not a huge music connoisseur, but I know the Cowboy Bebop track. I'm like, where were the trumpets? What happened to the? That's not how that song goes. And I think there's just a bunch of people, some musicians having fun making money and having a good old time. It was worth it, the $65, but the process wasn't. Absolutely not. And I think with these economic efficiency loss of the day, like it'd be fun to like, okay, what did it cost me prorated for my time? Driving, well, the performance I consumed. Driving's part of the performance. But with all that, this was sum total cost around $300. This was not worth my time. Oh, and of course, factored into the labor that doesn't associate with driving to and from the concert and enjoying the concert itself. Absolutely. That night, I'm getting marketing emails from Live Nation and Ticketmaster. And I went spam, unsubscribe. The next day, Live Nation again. Hey, I thought I unsubscribed from you. Nope, it's a different division within Live Nation. Unsubscribe. And I don't know how much you guys are interested in concerts. I don't. I mean, if you're really a concert goer, you're stuck with this. You're stuck with this now. This is the price you're going to pay isn't the price for the tickets. It's all this app bullshit and harassment emails you're going to get and having to unsubscribe out. It's going to happen. But I'll tell you this, for someone who isn't a big concert guy, like a concert, a jazz club, sure, fine. Concerts, no. I can hear it better in headphones. But this gets into the inside, outside, us versus them. I'm starting to understand why old timers, especially now, I don't want to go out there. Anytime you want to go outside, you want to participate in an event, you are putting yourself at the mercy of the public. And the public is one thing. You're always going to have lines and traffic and Karens who don't know how to use the self-checkout line. That comes with the territory. But once you start interacting with businesses, especially a public event, which are obviously very common in Vegas, it's not worth it anymore. It's not worth it. You have made it. Speaking of Vegas, let's talk about Vegas. Not too long ago, you could park anywhere you wanted in Vegas. I mean, we couldn't park on the street. Casinos had a bunch of parking lots, parking ramps. You could park there, no parking enforcement, no meters, none of the self-checkout. Oh, by the way, I had to pay $20 to pay for parking. You could just go in because the casinos in the mafia days said, we want them in, bring them in, give them good, cheap food, give them free booze, get them gambling, make the money. And then NBA corpos came in and shittified it. Now you have to pay for parking. It even got to the point where like, okay, I press, get my ticket out of the machine, right? Then I go park it. What do? You tuck it away somewhere, so you don't forget. I don't know who's going to steal a parking ticket, but they might. And you got to take your ticket, you drive out. So I park the car. I walk to the elevators, go to casino, big sign. Did you take your ticket? You're supposed to pay it in the lobby. I'm like, you're so cheap, you can't pay a parking attendant or just have it down there. You're making it increasingly difficult to enjoy your product. I don't care how much more money you make out of the people, you are going to have a dwindling number of people buy your product. And I'll tell you right now, as you get older, I could understand if you've never been to a concert, right? You've never been to Vegas, but like Vegas, all other products have a shelf life of novelty. You do Vegas twice, you've done it. You're not that excited about it anymore. And if you wish to get older people who got the money, you know what older people are doing? There's a meme going around where it's like New Year's Eve tickets, stay in and do nothing. It is. You have made it so hard and so complicated and costly in terms of time and complication to have fun. It's not worth it anymore. It's not worth it. Maybe I want to go to dinner. Do you got the loud music and the television blaring. There's not even a game on. It's the washed up jocks talking about the game that finished 2 weeks ago because it's off season. Is your staff going to show up and do the job right? Is the food going to? There's too many points of failure. There's too many points of failure, especially when you loop in a business involved as part of your fun. And after a while, like forget it. Like the cigar lounge I go to, and again, Vegas is a little bit of a different market because people are here for tourism. They're here to have fun. So I can understand why this is happening and why this business, but the cigar lounges I go to, 2 of them now almost have music every night. I don't want to listen. I want to talk to my friend. I want a quiet night enjoying a cigar. You can't do that now. And there are people in there who want to see the music. I understand, but you're making it more and more complicated. Oh, give you points of failure. Dude, there's not a day now. If I happen to be at my cigar lounge in Vegas and they're setting up the music, there's not a day where they don't do the where they get feedback in the speakers. Come on, Cappy. I know, but why? It's an annoyance, right? I'm paying sometimes $12 for a cigar. These are not cheap. I want to sit and relax. And you starting to understand the old men, right? You're starting to like, why would I go outside? Why would I deal with the freaking zoo? And these are old men who like went out in the, like the 80s and the 90s. This is crazy. I'm not going out there. It's nuts. It's a zoo. It's a crazy zoo now. And I'm even a more incompetent one now. So was the band, was the performance good? Yes, it was fine. Was it worth the entire time and cost? No, it wasn't. I should have just stayed at home and listened to the music in my headphones. That's what I should have done. So I should have done. I'm in the minority. Everyone had a good time at this concert. They were young. It was new. It was novel. Just give you some old man wisdom. I write about this in my book. There's a chapter, us, them, inside, outside, where you got to step back because as people get more and more dumb, as corporals add more and more strings attached just for you to go and buy your thing. Like, I don't know, downloading 3 apps to get a ticket. The real high standard of living is not participating in it at all. It's not going out there and dealing with that. I mean, how far back do you want to go? I remember it was the early 2000s. And in the 90s, Minneapolis had an agreement with its citizens and the suburbanites. We want you to come to downtown. We don't enforce parking after 6, unless you're like in a emergency lane or something like that, or a handicap spot. Like, no, you could park free parking after 6. People did it. And then they started fucking with it. And they started issuing tickets. And you got to pay. And right about there, before the millennials couldn't cop a feel with the boobies, before everyone gave up drinking, before like, we're not going to loud nightclubs. That right there, at least in the Twin Cities, is what started the demise of downtown. You made it difficult and a pain in the ass to get there. Right? And now there's no nightlife in Minneapolis. I don't think there's even any nightlife in St. Paul anymore. Wasn't all that much nightlife to begin with. But yeah, Minneapolis, that was the beginning of the end. When you started fucking with people. And Vegas is different. People are here once in a lifetime shot. They're coming across from different countries. They're going to pay. I think the Vegas people are not wrong. Oh, yeah, we get to screw them over. Like, you got to pay for valet. You got to pay for this. You got to pay for that. But going forward, the real high standard of living, it's like, I'm not going to deal with the zoo. If I got to download 2 apps, I'm never doing that again. I'm going to call them like, hey, can I just buy tickets? Like, I give you my credit card number and you put me on the list. Well, you got to download the app. I'm not doing it. Apps in general, I think I'll live without them. Oh, think of all the fun stuff you miss out on. I will miss out on that much fun that is buried under 6 feet of bullshit I got to tolerate. No, my peace and serenity. Coach Greg Adams, aim for peace. Aim for calm. That is so much of a higher standard of living. So much higher. And that's one of the many standards of living I list in the latest book, Zero World Problems, which is linked below. And you know what? It costs you less, right? Gas, parking, fees, tickets. Dude, I could have just, I don't know what I buy, but I guess I could have gotten like 2 or 3 more tanks of gas and not had the frustration, right? I just don't have to. You know what's really enjoyable in life? Not dealing with your stupid Americans and your corpos and your apps. Not dealing with the zoo out there. That's the high standard of living. It's avoiding you people. So there's link below, Zero World Problems. But yeah, I'll tell you this right now. Unless you really got to see Tay-Tay, don't even bother going to concerts. Go buy yourself a good. I don't have my headphones are charging. I get marathon headphones because they're for hikers and runners, but they're really good. I think they're $30. They'll last you at least 2 to 3 years. Then the thing breaks, you gotta duct tape them. You could tell when Cappy's on it because there's like some duct tape on my headphones, and usually I'll order another pair. Just listen to the music. You don't have to deal with the people. Unless you want to get ready for war. No one's gonna get that one. That was a inside joke between me and Jack Napier. Holy cow. 8 super chats already. Iron Horse Reviews. Our good friend Mark, $5. Experienced the same ship. I refused to do most apps. Venue let me pick up tickets the day before. Had to make a special trip. Waste of time and gas. Yeah, well, Mark, you're roughly my age, probably a little bit younger. But the days, you pay a cover charge, right? I understand if it's a very popular show, you got to sell tickets. All right, you call up, credit card, right? Tickets would be on hold for you, or your name would just be on a list. You show your ID. Welcome in, sir. Here's your seat. They even seat you down. Now I got to get an app? No. And by the way, you corporations are not making more money on that shit. I know you think you're going to streamline your accounting process. You're not. You're not. Yeah, long gone are the days you just walked in, handed over $5. I remember when cover charges were $5. That's how old I am. Now it is probably 20. It's way. Here's $20. Let me in. Thank you. Have a good night, sir. Yes, thank you. Maybe even tip the guy a little bit. Dicastinator, $5. What do you think of blood donations? People need that payout in Amazon gift cards. I bought your latest book with my gift cards from a pint of blood. I'm mixed on it. I know it sounds very petty, but it's not. Do Americans deserve your blood? I don't know. Has society helped me out? Now you guys have and with super chats and all that other stuff. But what guarantee do I have that my money's going to go to someone who actually needs it? I don't know. I'm really a misanthrope. I really don't. I'm like, why would I help out this society? Why would I help out this country? Just now, it seems not enough, some people are slowly waking up to the realities of how the real world works. I don't know. I've been called all sorts of national socialist types of names and people associated with it with funny mustaches and being called isms because I don't know. No. And not even, oh, well, what if they're a Republican? Even if they are a Republican, the Republicans in Minnesota and Wisconsin, just in America in general, you're a bunch of dopes. You weren't nice people either. Most of the kids I went to school were probably Republican if they had a political alignment on it. And you know what they were doing? Oh, you got to get in a fight because you got the wrong shirt. It's not even necessarily whether you're a Democrat or Republican. It's like, are you an asshole? Most people in this country are assholes. And they're dumb to boot. Nah, I don't think so. Now, if you get paid, I know Chad donates blood regularly because he gets his blood work done for free. I could see that. Maybe you have a different philosophy, like, no, I think I got to give back to the community or I want to help out my fellow man. Okay. But yeah, nah. If I got a blood, let's say I got in an accident and then I got a blood transfusion and I wasn't charged for it. You see, I'm like, okay, maybe I ought to give back because, somebody donated. Okay, that's fair. But right now, all I've gotten from society is poor treatment and stupid treatment. People trying to shut me down, you know? No, this society can go to shit for all I care. Like another question. Now, your life wouldn't be at risk, Dicastinator, but would you go risk your life fighting off some addict in the subway now? Look what happened to Daniel Penny. No, no, I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to get in your way. I'm not going to help you. Iron Horse Reviews, $2. Thoughts on places that refuse cash pisses me off. Well, yeah, then they don't get your business. Look, everyone could do what they want. All right. I think it's going to be an interesting next 10 to 20 years where corpos and MBAs who are short-sighted and blind keep their current tactics of cutting costs to the bone and outsourcing and streamline everything on app. That will not last long. It will not sustain. And you're going to see the gears start to grind down. The quality of oil isn't as good. And I think you're going to see a lot just bankrupt or get to the point they become like Kuretsus, like the zombie Japanese companies where they're not profitable or they're barely profitable. They really are tripping over $1 to pick up a dime with this stuff. And I don't care. These are not my companies. I don't own them. And if they want to do all these things that they think is going to eke out an extra 0.5%, well, we're going to have, look at Avowed. I guess the director of that game has no programming experience, just worked in pricing at Ernst & Young and was a writer. Surprise. Look, if you want to give the theater kids money, give the theater kids money. I don't care. It's not my money. Although with USAID, it might be. You never know. But yeah, you want to refuel? Okay, fine. You want to charge for parking? Go ahead, charge for parking. I think in the future, it will be 15 to 20 years from now. Smart, intelligent business acquiring, corporate raiders will come in an ironic sense, say, you need to get back to some basic business ethics. There's going to be a new managerial trend. It'll be the real one where it's like, we are done looking short term. We're going to become a better corporate citizen. And we're not going to allow everything to happen. That can't be possible. But we're going to pay a little bit higher than average to keep employee turnover down. We're going to train our employees. We're going to say, is the product good and can we make it better? Not, bro, if we swap out this metal part for a plastic part, we could save half a nickel, bro. Then those squares will have to buy the thing again. Same thing. I had butane lighters for my cigars, put them in each car so I could conveniently light my cigars, and they all broke within 6 months. I'm never getting never buy a cigar lighter. Never get those butane lighters. I don't care how fancy they look. They're crap. Use a match. That's what we're doing now. We're using matches. And if you all want to keep screwing over the customer, your employees, and the community, go right ahead. There will be a limit and people will just stop doing it. Soon, I think younger people aren't going to be able to afford it. They can't afford it now. I'm surprised I saw as many young people as I did there. But Cowboy Bebop is pretty special. I could see where they did that. It was good to see the young kids, people 30s and 20s. They were excited and happy. I'm like, all right, they're having a good time. And, there's the dopey Asian nerdy kid. He's got his Spike Spiegel shirt on and, and some smells. Yeah. Nobody was getting laid that night. It was good. Plop, plop, 200 yen. De-shitification funds. Dude, that would be a good mutual fund, is the de-shitification. Like there's some kind of, and I don't mean like ethics with a Ralph Nader, which is just give all the corporation money to employees and provide customers free shit. I'm not talking about that. But if there was a de-shitification fund where we're managing it long-term and more sanely, and we don't purposely make things more difficult for our client, Here, fucking over your customers is not a long-term winning strategy. And someday, even an MBA will figure out, hey, wait a second, brah. You know, like, have we thought about not making our products absolute shit, brah? Nonstop Dre, $2. Cappy favorite music group is Red Hot Limping Tongues. The Red Hot Chili Peppers? Overrated. Not saying they weren't good. Overrated. Wait, was that Red Hot Chili Peppers? I don't know. They gave it all away now. Naughty DJ Aftershock, $2. Red Hot Limping Dogs guest performer was Mike Vick. Oh, Dre, I forgot I got to get through the missed super chats. Forgot that. Dre, $2. Can you explain the appeal of hearing live music? I can't. I wanted to go and have a good time. I just want to see the band, dress up, get out. And even the getting out is now losing its appeal. Like if I have a cigar now, half the time it's at the Southern Command. I don't go to the cigar lounges anymore because you got to drive there. there's the problem. Another problem with Vegas is you don't see the same people all the time because they're all tourists, and you don't even see the same people behind the bar. You'd form a friendship with your bartender kind of deal. Turnover is so much it's always a different person. It's always a different person. So there's not really a community because the community is always it's either tourist or transient. So you can't really join it. But hearing live music, yeah, I got my headphones. I can listen to anything I want. And I will admit I'm just getting old. I just no, I'll just stay in and listen to a documentary about the Hittite Empire. Dre, $2. It's peace, quiet, and freedom. Oh, I know. The same thing. Same thing. Dre, $2 blood donations. I thought that's what taxes are for. Yeah, can't we just print off more money and have the free blood donations? Dre, $2. Coach Greg Adams is a great listen to during your power walks. Mark, $2. Did you ever do any live event concert security? I did. I did an event. It was at the state fairgrounds, and I forgot I think it was a convention. I don't know if you consider that a concert. Concerts? No, nothing's coming to mind. I don't think I did. I've been in concerts, personal protection, but you're protecting one person or a group of people, maybe. But I was not part of the people that the concert people hire for security. Wait. I was thinking at the campus. No, we didn't the cops, we didn't do games. I want to say I did, but you're talking 30 years ago. Wasn't exactly awake for most of it either. Yeah, no big concerts or anything like that. The occasional event, but a wedding is an event. It's nothing okay, there's 5,000 people. Wacky Leans, $5. The worst of a man in the United States is $450 an hour. So what does the worst of a man? You mean the opportunity cost of a man is $450 an hour, right? So what does that make his blood now? How much is his blood worth? So what does it make his blood? How much is that worth? It's your time donating it. I mean, technically your blood is worth the market price of what anyone's going to pay for it, right? I don't know what the going rate is. And it depends on your blood type. Some are rarer than others. But your time and going and doing it, yeah. And it is. You're as a young man, your opportunity cost is about $400 an hour, maybe $420 or something like that. Because you could always go work for $15 an hour, take your $13 after tax, toss it in the S&P 500, and over 50 or 60 years, you got yourself $400 adjusted for inflation. Real money. That's your true opportunity cost. Or that's your true cost is opportunity cost. You could always work and toss it in the S&P 500. And I'll tell you this, just going out, there's nothing really new or exciting anymore. Like, I'm not excited about shit. I'm excited about hiking in Utah. Snowy up there. I'm excited about riding motorcycles again. Still a little cold. I'm excited about driving to the Arctic. Canada just opened up a road. But do I want to, can't wait to go to the restaurant. What? Try and find parking and, have the same meal you always had before. Generation Apollo, $5 had to replace a credit card because Live Nation leaked customer data. Exactly. Exactly. Had 2 update billings and multiple accounts, mistake economy in full effect. Right. Right. That we need your credit card. No. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You have guest checkout or you don't. That's it. Dre, $2. American corporations. What is ethics? Just pay us. Yeah. Stop asking questions. Consume product and get ready for next product. Dre again for $2. Word is Grand Theft Auto 6 will cost $100. Western game is done. Yeah, and it's going to be woke as hell. It's good. It's going to be woke. Everyone thinks it's not. No. Has the game's development occurred in the past 5 years? If the game has been developed within the past 5 years, if any development has happened in the past 5 years, and it's a AAA game, it's going to be woke. There's no avoiding it. It was forced down from corporate. Corporate got hoodwinked and all this dumb shit. You aren't escaping it. Microsoft's video games are never going to not be woke. Go look at the director of Halo right now. Go ahead, charge $100. Don't care. And that's going to be a fun thing to watch in the next couple of years. 2025 is going to be just like 2024, watching all these garbage games and garbage movies that have been in development. No one's going to watch. Are you guys ready for Snow White? Or no, not Snow White. Shit Brown and the Seven Portlanders. Are you guys ready for that movie? Trade $2. Cappy can't wait to play Assassin's Creed Chat. No, I'm not going to be. No, I won't. No, I would have played Assassin's Creed Zulu, but you see, the corpos, that's not real diversity. Why would we make an authentically black video game historically based on historical African empires, cultures, and people? Why would we do it? And everybody like, oh, dude, we get to run around in a loincloth and kill lions and protect the villages. That'd be pretty freaking cool. I don't know if you video games developers knew this, but Africa is kind of a big continent. So there could be lots of different, there'd be deserts and then there'd be mountains and then there'd be jungles. Don't make that though. Don't make that. No, we gotta, hey, that Japanese guy? Yeah, he's black now. Just so dumb. It's so dumb. What, Dre? Dre, you're black, right? Well, you're obviously going to play Assassin's Creed Shadows because he's black. Did you know the hero is black? Yeah, right, Dre? So you logically are just going to play this game because he's black. All right, that's it. Link to the books and everything below. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.